Have you ever wondered how a thriving African-American community could be wiped out in just 2 days? Our focus today is the Tulsa Massacre, a dark chapter in American history. Picture this, a bustling, affluent neighborhood known as the Black Wall Street, thriving with prosperity. How could such a beacon of African-American success be obliterated in the blink of an eye? Well, to unravel this mystery, we need to journey back to the year 1921. To understand, we need to step back into the history of 1921 Tulsa. Greenwood, Tulsa, the so-called Black Wall Street, was a beacon of African-American prosperity and success in the early 20th century. It was a place where dreams could be realized, where hard work paid off, where success was not just a distant hope, but a living, breathing reality. In Greenwood, businesses thrived. Bakeries, barbershops, law offices, restaurants, and even a hospital, all owned and operated by African Americans. The community was wealthy, not just in monetary terms, but also in spirit, in unity, and in ambition. Education was also held in high regard. Greenwood boasted several schools where young minds were nurtured and groomed for success. This was a place where the American dream was alive and well, where prosperity was not just a privilege of the few, but the right of the many. But this prosperity was not to last. On May 30th, 1921, a black shoeshiner named Dick Rowland was arrested on a dubious charge of assaulting a white woman. The arrest itself was shrouded in mystery, with little evidence and a lot of speculation. Rowland, a young man known for his humble profession, suddenly found himself at the center of a storm. The town was abuzz with rumors about the incident, each version more incendiary than the last. Whispers of the arrest echoed through the streets, igniting tension and fear. As these rumors spread, they sparked a dangerous reaction. A crowd began to gather outside the courthouse, their numbers growing with the setting sun. Their faces were hardened, their intentions clear. This wasn't just a mob, it was a powder keg waiting to explode. The anger, the fear, the pent-up frustrations of years all converged outside that courthouse. The gathering mob outside the courthouse was the spark that set Greenwood ablaze. On the night of May 31st, 1921, Greenwood was turned into a war zone. As darkness fell, the spark of animosity ignited into a wildfire of violence and destruction. The once prosperous neighborhood was consumed by a storm of hate and bloodshed. The streets of Greenwood, once filled with the sounds of commerce and laughter, echoed with screams and gunshots. Homes and businesses, painstakingly built by the industrious residents, were set ablaze, painting a horrifying picture against the black canvas of the night. The flames, relentless and unforgiving, devoured everything in their path, reducing the prosperous Black Wall Street to a smoldering wasteland. The loss of life was staggering. Men, women and children, innocent residents of the community, were caught in the crossfire, their dreams and futures shattered in this unfathomable act of violence. The authorities, who were expected to protect the citizens, were disturbingly absent. Even when they did intervene, their actions were questionable at best. Instead of quelling the violence and chaos, they fueled it, allowing the massacre to continue unabated, further exposing the deep-seated racial tensions that plagued the nation at the time. The world watched in horror as the beacon of hope and prosperity for the African-American community was mercilessly extinguished. In just 2 days, Greenwood, the prosperous Black Wall Street, was turned into ashes. The Tulsa Massacre was one of the most devastating incidents of racial violence in American history. In its wake, the prosperous community of Greenwood lay in ruins, its vibrant heartbeat silenced. The aftermath was a scene of utter devastation, a haunting testament to the destructive power of hatred. The authorities, rather than seeking justice, chose to sweep the incident under the rug, a cover-up that would last for decades. The survivors, left with nothing but ashes and memories, were forced to rebuild their lives from scratch. The massacre didn't just raze buildings, it seared a deep wound into the African-American community, a wound that would fester for generations. The massacre's impact reverberated beyond Tulsa, causing a ripple effect across the nation. It served as a stark reminder of the racial tensions simmering beneath the surface of American society, tensions that continue to persist today. And now, over a century later, the scars of this event are still evident.